settle into a comfortable seated position. Elevating the hips is usually a nice idea, so if you have a blanket handy, you can set the hips up on a blanket. And then we'll go ahead and start today's practice with a few rounds of our belly breath. You can bring the palms right to baby and belly, and either close the eyes or just gaze soft and low. Take a nice inhale through the nose to begin. Soften through the belly. Exhale through your mouth as you gently contract the abdominal wall, hugging baby in towards the body. And again, inhale through the nose, soften and expand through the belly. Exhale through the mouth, giving baby that nice gentle squeeze. Inhale through the nose, baby gets some extra space. Exhale through the mouth. Take this one more time on your own. And then release the hands. Nice. Next inhale, we're going to go ahead and sweep the arms out and up. Take a big breath here. Bring the palms together on the exhale. Let the palms slide down towards heart center. And again, let's take another big breath, bringing in lots of fresh energy, oxygen. This time, clasp the fingers together and press the palms up towards the ceiling, lengthening out through the spine and the side bodies. Here for a breath. Good. Inhale here, and then exhale, press the palms forward as you round over your baby, chin in towards chest. Find some space in that upper back. Nice. Next inhale, come back up through center. Find that length. And then exhale, reach up and over to your right. Find a nice side body stretch. Stay grounded through both hips here. Option to lift the gaze up towards the ceiling if that feels okay for the neck. Next inhale, we'll reach back up towards the ceiling. Find length here. Exhale, press up and over to your left. Grounding through that opposite hip. Again, option to lift the gaze. Breathing into that side body. Next inhale, come back up through center. Find your length once again. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release the grasp of the hands and take the hands behind you. Clasp the fingers together if that's available. If not, you could always use a strap here. And then pull back with the arms. Press back through the knuckles. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Look up. Breathe into this expanded chest cavity. And then release the hands. Let's take one more nice big breath here, sweeping the arms out and up on the inhale, and exhale, hands down to heart center. Going to move into some gentle twisting next. On the inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Let the arms come parallel with one another. Find your length here. Exhale, twist gently over to your right, letting that right hand fall behind you. Follow it with your gaze. Inhale, we come back through center. Find our length, reach up. Exhale, gently twisting over to the left, following that left hand with your gaze. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, up through center. Lots of length for the spine. Exhale, gentle twist. Take one more round on each side using your own breath. Nice. Next inhale, reach the arms out and up. Once again, bring the palms together and exhale, hands down towards heart and baby. Pause there for a breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to transition onto hands and knees. Take your time getting there. Use some cushion under the knees. A folded blanket or a towel works well for this. We're just going to start in a neutral tabletop position. Lots of length in the spine. Do a few rounds of cat and cow. So think about originating this movement in the hips. On the inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Baby moves a little bit closer towards the earth. Look forward and up. And on the exhale, chin in towards the chest, tucking the pelvis under, curling over your baby. Good. And inhale, finding that space in the front body. Exhale, finding some space in the back body. And keep going with your breath. Inhale, tilting the pelvis forward. Exhale, tucking that tailbone under. One more round with your breath. Nice. And then find your way back to a flat back, neutral spine. We're going to go ahead and swish the hips a little bit side to side. So as you swish your hips over to one side, try to catch it with your gaze. So you get to find this nice C shape in your spine. And do that a few times. Good. And then settle back to neutral, hands and knees. We'll step back with the right foot to get a really nice calf stretch. So the right toe pad is pressed into the mat, the heel's straight back behind you. You can stay here. Sometimes rocking a little bit forward and back feels nice. If you need to get off of your wrist at any point, you can just come onto your fist here. Sometimes that's a nice break for your wrist. Good. And then from here, we're going to extend forward with the opposite arm. Stay here if this feels good, or if you'd like, you can extend that leg straight back behind you, lengthening out into what we call cat with tail. Good. If the back leg is lifted, it's nice and parallel to the earth, toes are pointing down towards the ground to help keep the hips in line. Take an inhale here, and then exhale back to hands and knees. Feels nice before we switch to the other side. So let's get a good calf stretch on the left side. Step back with that left foot, toe pad presses into the mat, heel straight back behind you. Find that length in the spine. Hug baby gently up towards the spine. And if you'd like, you can reach forward with your right arm so that it becomes parallel with the earth. Stay here, or if you'd like, you can lift the back leg so that it is also parallel with the earth. Toes are pointing down, lots of length, lots of balance. Stay with your breath. And then when you're ready, release back down to hands and knees. Swish and wiggle the hips a little bit. Soften everything out. And then when you're ready, we're just going to widen the knees out to about the edges of the mat. Bring the big toes together and settle back into a wide-legged child's pose. So send the hips back towards the heels. Options to stay a little bit higher here, maybe propped up onto the hands, or you could come down onto your forearms if baby has enough space. Or maybe all the way down where the forehead makes contact with the mat, or stacked hands, or even a block. This is a great pose to find space in the back body. We'll use the breath to get even more space here. So nice big full inhale as you expand into the back ribs. And exhale, just open the mouth and sigh it out. Let it go. We'll do that again. Inhale through the nose. Really expand into the back body with that breath, and exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Take one or two more breaths here in your wide-legged child's pose. When you're ready, we'll slowly work our way back up to hands and knees. We'll be transitioning into a downward facing dog next. So if you have a blanket or any props on your mat, it's a good time to just clear them off to the side at this point. And to set up for a prenatal downward facing dog, from your hands and knees, you want to just widen the knees a bit. Widen the feet also. And then walk the hands forward about 1 handprint. Really spread the fingers nice and wide. Get a good grip into the mat. And when you're ready, we'll curl the toes under, press the hips back and high, and leave as much bend in the knees as you would like. Nice. Find that length in the spine. And then add some movement here. Work out your kinks. Maybe alternate bending one knee and then the other. You could try swishing your hips a little side to side. And then settle back into a down dog of stillness for a breath. Gazing back towards the feet, we'll bend the knees and start walking the hands back towards the feet, widening the feet out to the edges of the mat to make space for baby, and just come into our first modified forward fold. So we're going to get the sensation of dangling the upper body here. This is a great way to decompress the spine. The knees can be as bent as needed. Release the neck muscles. So maybe nod the head yes, no, circle it around a few times. You could even grab hold of opposite elbows. Nice. Next inhale, we're just going to lift up halfway to find that length in the spine. So let the fingertips or the palms either come to your shins or maybe up to the thighs if you need to be a little bit higher, and find length in the spine. Take a nice breath here. And then when you're ready, we'll bend the knees so that we can bring the palms back down to the mat. And take your time just slowly walking yourself back forward into your downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog for a few breaths. Next inhale, we'll look forward towards the hands. And this time we're going to slowly walk the feet forward to the hands. Keep the knees as bent as you need to. Go ahead and transition the palms up to the thighs. On an inhale, we're just going to find a little bit of space in the front body. And the exhale, we're going to curl over baby. Inhale, find some space in the front body. Good. Exhale, curl over your baby and round yourself all the way up to standing, just stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down once you get there. And then just settle into a standing posture with your feet about hips width apart. We're going to move into some hip circles. So if you can just take hands right under baby and belly and lift up gently like you're picking your baby up. And then start circling the hips. So you can go big or small, fast or slow, whatever feels nice. This is a really nice way to release the low back. At some point, let's pause, switch the direction. So you have a few circles going in the opposite direction. And then just settle back into your standing posture. We'll widen the feet just a bit. Think about maybe shoulder width apart. Feet can be nice and parallel. We're going to do some torso rotations here. So just swinging the arms out to the sides as you gently twist the body over to one side, allowing that opposite heel to come up off the mat. Gain a little bit of momentum here. Maybe bend both knees as you come through center. Really nice way to find a gentle twist for that upper spine and to get some blood flowing to our wrists, our hands, our fingertips. Nice. And when you're ready, coming back through center, back through standing. And we'll work our way back towards the top edge of our mat. So on an inhale, let's sweep the arms out and up. Let the palms come together, bend the knees, and on the exhale, just work your way right down through the midline, coming into that forward fold once again, releasing the arms, releasing the head. Next, inhale, lift up halfway. We want to find the length in the spine once again. So fingertips or palms come to shins, or maybe up to your thighs to find your length here. Nice. And then from here, let's release back into our forward fold and grab hold of your block, or maybe two blocks. We'll do a little bit more twisting for the spine here. Bringing the right palm to your block or stack of blocks. We're going to bend deeply in the right knee as you straighten out the left leg and sweep the left arm out and up, following that with your gaze. Inhale here. Exhale, come back down through center. Switch out your hands, bend deeply through the left leg, straighten out through the right as you extend out and up. Keep going with your breath. We'll take a few more rounds to each side. One more on each side, working with that breath, finding some release in the low back. And then returning back to the forward fold. You can let go of the blocks now. Bend the knees deeply enough to get the palms back onto the mat, and then just slowly help yourself back to hands and knees position. We'll be setting up for a nice restorative wide-legged child's pose next. A blanket under the knees is always nice here. And if you have a bolster, a pillow, or a cushion handy, that's also a nice way to prop this posture. So we'll take the knees nice and wide on the mat again, bringing the big toes together. We're going to settle the hips back in that wide-legged child's pose and just go ahead and hug the upper body over your bolster or pillow. I'm going to find a few nice, relaxing breaths here. Enjoying the space we're creating in the back body. So think slow, steady, full inhales, followed by slow, steady, complete exhales.